So, hey guys, hello and welcome. Today, what we're going to do is learn about the most useful and versatile features in modern C++, the keyword auto. Whether you are an experienced C++ developer or just getting started, understanding the auto feature is critical for writing clean, efficient, and easy to read code. In this video, we'll explore what auto is, why it exists, and how it works, and look at some practical examples of using it in C++ programs. So let us just start with the basics. What is auto? The auto keyword in C++ was introduced with C++ 11, so it's pretty old already. And its purpose is to automatically deduce the type of a variable during the compile time, so it does not affect your program's performance when running. It's just a compile time optimization that is presented to us. So let's take a simple example to demonstrate what it does. When you put auto as type of your variable, you can write this code and x will deduce to an integer. And what you can do is not x but y. This will deduce to a double because that's the default type. And you can also do this, and this will not deduce to a standard string but a constant character array, character pointer. So why do we use auto? Let's put this down, or maybe we should comment this out, because I will put this code to a GitHub repo that you can read. So deleting does not make sense for me. So why do we use auto? This is a good question. While C++ allows you to explicitly declare types, and this is the most common practice for all, auto brings several advantages. First advantage is type simplification. In complex scenarios where types are long or hard to determine or changes quite often, auto significantly reduces the complexity of our code with too little costs in the compile time. For example, one type you might be using is a vector of strings, and you might need an iterator for it. Let's just put a vector like that. Let's call it vec for simplicity. Yeah, this is valid code, but it's hard to write or read. Instead, what you can do is just type this, and the type will deduce to the same, so you won't lose anything in the runtime. And also it improves readability and maintainability. Code becomes more concise and readable, especially when dealing with template-heavy code where types can become pretty verbose. And also it avoids type mismatches. Auto guarantees that the variable type matches the assigned values type, which helps us to prevent subtle bugs due to the type mismatches or unintended type conversions. And also it encourages dry code. What I mean by dry is it's an abbreviation of do not repeat yourself. Auto helps you avoid repeating types, especially when they are pretty complex you only specify the type once. When you initialize the variable, the compiler does the rest for you. So let's see some examples of auto, shall we? Okay. First is, as you see above, we can use auto to replace iterator types. So we can put a vector of integers. Just put an initializer list, and this would be what you normally write in old C++, or if you are not aware of the auto. And it works perfectly, of course. It is just harder to read and harder to type to, and it's open to any mistakes. And just print out what the vector has. Okay, we can run this. Yeah, it's 1 2 3 4 5. Of course, this is the correct code. What you can also do is just copy this, paste, comment what we did priorly, and what we can do is just delete this line, put an auto here, and it will deduce the type of std vector int iterator for it. So we can run this, and it will produce the same result, and it will be easier to read. Okay. And sure. We can have more complex types with lambda expressions. For example, we can have a lambda that will capture nothing. We'll take two integers, int b, and we'll return a plus b. Yeah, this could be our lambda, which includes no captures, two parameters, and a return type. So this would be hard to write. Instead, we can use just auto here, and it will perfectly work for us. Lambda, for example, 3 and 5. Yep, it works and produces an 8 for us. Oh, you cannot see. All right, however, you can now. So it produced an 8. Hurrah! And let's comment out. I might have another example for you. With using auto, you can also deduct function return times. Sometimes you may want to return a value from a function, but the type might be cumbersome to specify. So C++ 14 introduces a feature where you can use auto for the return type as well. So just declare a function with return type is auto. Integer a, integer b. This will add two numbers, so it will return a plus b. This is perfectly valid code. It will return a plus b as an integer. We might also run this. Not lambda, but add. This should be runnable too. Yeah, it produces an 8 also. So it's a pretty cool feature, but it's not always valid to use. So when not to use auto, while auto is extremely useful, it's important to know when not to use it. There are cases where explicitly specifying the type is more appropriate. One is you might lose some precision in your variable. So what you can do is this will 100% of the time deduce to an integer. But what you can do is divide it by 1.5, and you might lose your precision here because this will return 3 only. So if your precision is valuable for you, skip using auto. And also one other thing to avoid when avoid auto is avoiding some confusion. In very large code bases or for developers new to C++, auto can sometimes obscure what the actual type of a variable is. So it might be easier to code, it might be easier to understand, but when the programmer cannot comprehend the type by himself or herself, it's good practice to use auto only when the type is obvious or when it improves clarity. And we'll also have some other considerations. It's also worth mentioning that auto can be used with references and pointers, of course. And so, in summary, the auto keyword is a powerful tool in C++ toolset that simplifies code by allowing the compiler to deduce variable types. It reduces verbosity, it improves your readability, and it ensures type consistency, making it a valuable asset in modern C++ development. That said, it's important to use auto wisely, as overuse can lead to confusion or unintended type conversions. So don't put auto everywhere. I hope this explanation gave you a good understanding of the auto keyword and how you can use it in your C++ projects. Thank you for watching, and be sure to explore how auto can improve your code. All right, see you in the next one. Bye bye.